Big jump off the start by the Scullers crew, coached by Richard Hawkins. I think they'll have got an early lead from that one, ahead of William Borlase. And nice, smooth, quick hands from Ed Ridley, the 18-year-old in the stroke seat. Looks very impassive, doesn't he? I mean, you're flat out working, and he's got a nice, smooth, relaxed face just in that start phase.
Yeah, nice and relaxed. You could see him say a couple of words there to motivate his crew, let them know where he is and where they're going. I don't know if they heard him, but it looks like they are moving very well.
Scullers, well, they did get that jump off the start. They are around a canvas or a deck, if you're watching in America, up at this stage of the race. Tideway Scullers have raced already at this regatta. They beat Henley Scullers School B by a couple of lengths.
Yeah, and there you can see the 3-seed Morley Pendred. Shout out a little something to the boat. I'm not sure who's making the calls in the boat, but just giving the guys a little correction or motivation right there.
Yeah, this is where Sir William Borlase will look to make a move back. You know, if you can make a move back at this early stage of the race, it really is good for you. So William Borlase will be loving the fact that they're just moving back on Scullers. And, you know, what does that do to the psychology of Scullers, who've got this narrow lead?
Yeah, when you're in front, you just want more. I had a coach, Igor Grinko, who said, Akil, get ahead, move ahead. Behind, move ahead. And so that's really the strategy you want to take here. If you can take anything from your competitor, you really want to try to keep extending that lead so that they have maybe start to doubt themselves.
The great Igor Grinko, R.I.P. Yeah, love that man. Scullers doing ever so well here. They have got that half a deck lead. William Borlase are coming back into it. I'd say Borlase looked the sort of smoother of the two quads. Sam Furley, the 17-year-old, just looked across there. Brother Ben raced at Henley in 2019 and 21 for Borlase. I just want to shout out to a former Borlase coach, another great quad sculls coach who's not with us anymore. Robin Dale sadly passed away at the beginning of this year. Was coaching in Switzerland, and he coached those Borlase quads that won in 2014.
Yeah, I mean, you can see these are actually two really good crews, and at this point, you really have to decide, can we gain an inch, can we gain 2 inches, and really try to assert yourself at this point. Otherwise, you're going to leave it coming down to the wire, and that can be a risky gamble.
Loving those blades from Scullers. They look really, really good. Credit to their coaches. I saw these guys race earlier in the year, I think at the Hampton Scully Head, and I was very impressed with them. But Borlase are just moving through the crew on the right of your picture. They do look to have a slight lead, or have they, over Scullers? It's interesting as we go past there. Borlase just edging through. I think they might have a slight lead. And Scullers, they've thrown everything in. You saw the kind of start that they had. Yeah, Borlase are leading, and that is a significant lead, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it. This is the time. It looks like Borlase is taking advantage of moving ahead. And the question is, can Tideway Scullers hang in there? Can they say, okay, this is just a little blip and push back? But boy, do those young men from Borlase look good.
Yeah.
Some really nice sculling there.
Yeah, let's give credit to their coach, Phil Gray. And this Borlase quad, they came 4th at the National Schools Regatta in Championship Quad Sculls. And there we move away. Borlase just sort of edging ever slowly. Scullers look really good, though, crew in the red and yellow. Sorry, Akil.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, but you can see the difference. They just looks like the Scullers are doing a little bit more work. They're a little bit more tense than that Borlase crew. They look relaxed, as you were talking about the stroke seat. Ed Ridley, just his face is just relaxed, and that whole relaxation is just so important as you go through this grinding stroke and as you race down the course.
Yeah, Scullers won't be fazed by this lumpy water, washes and so on. They row on the Thames at Chiswick. Got a shot there of the Scullers stroke, Indy Regan. He did write that he was inspired to row when he went to Zambia and saw some fishermen rowing to chase and fish. I'm not sure whether that's absolutely true, but it's a great story if it is.
That is true. But you know what? They're not out of it yet. I mean, I think that this is a seasoned crew. They have the ability to dig deep and really just stay there, take a look over. You know, they're still in sight, and if they can find something to just make a move and make Borlase start to doubt themselves.
Yeah, you know, they're pressing Borlase the whole time. Borlase have got a length lead. If you're just tuning in and watching us, I'm Martin Cross with Akil Abdullah, talking you through the third day of Henley Royal Regatta 2023. We're watching Sir William Borlase School from Marlow, just leading the Tideway Scullers Club from Chiswick. There are those blades from Borlase. Don't they look great together? Really synced in, Akil.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Just showing how in sync the crew is. They're pressing those legs down together, swinging through, and just really accelerating through that finish. I like how they're coming down and around and just really keeping that boat moving, just very little disturbance. And there's a great shot at the bow there. You can really see how that boat is just riding high in the water.
Yeah, and the coaches will look either for the dip of the bow or the stern, particularly when you put the blades in. And I think if you're looking at that now, you know, everyone can be a coach and say, right, that boat's really running on smoothly. There's not much check on it at all. They're really doing nothing to slow the boat down. Yeah,
and that's what you got to do. You know, I always said that I went fast because I could make the boat go fast out of when my oars weren't in the water. And I think that you see that in some of the great crews. When the oars aren't in the water, that boat is just still moving.
Tiny bit more check on the front end of the stroke from Scullers, but they're working so hard to try and get back on this Borlase crew. They haven't let up at all, the men from Tideway Scullers. Just a couple of lengths down, but it does look very much like Borlase will take this heat of the Fawley Challenge Cup. So William Borlase School come up to the finish line and take a victory in a well-contested race from the four young men of Tideway Scullers School.